Honorable Men Discord. Let's talk Michael. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend and tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So no, this is not a review of the Michael movie. I'm just here to talk about Michael Jackson, what he meant to the world, what he meant to me. And I have not seen the movie yet. I'm actually going to see the movie this coming weekend. But the movie, in my opinion, without even seeing it, it just can't go wrong, because just hearing the music is more than enough for me. I had an opportunity to see Michael Jackson, the Broadway show, which was phenomenal Broadway show, and I look forward to seeing this movie. But with that being said, one thing I wanted to cover, and you can see beside me, was the fact that the movie's doing well in the box office. Now, when I go across different platforms, I see different reviews. Some people are very technical about the movie, and those that are technical about the movie, it seems as though, I would assume, they never really liked Michael Jackson, or they had an issue with him for whatever reason, because some of the criticism that I'm hearing, particularly the criticism about the movie failing to mention his trials, his lawsuits. Listen, if I'm not mistaken, he was found not guilty of those charges. So when people are bringing those things up, I kind of question whether they liked him as a person or not. And by no means am I saying if someone is guilty of the accusations that he was accused of, that they should be praised regardless of their talent. That's not what I'm saying. But some of those allegations, if not all of them, were later found to be false allegations. I know there was one particular child that was involved in the case where I believe he said that his parents actually encouraged him to say those lies for the sake of possibly winning a lawsuit and winning money. So listen, but I'm not here to talk about anything negative about Michael Jackson. Again, this is just to just talk about what he meant to the world, what he meant to me, and with his music. And let me just tackle this box office number. So right now it says 97 million domestically and over 217 million globally. Now at the very bottom it says the film, the production cost nearly $200 million. So globally it already surpassed that. And we're only a few days in. We haven't made it to a full week as yet. The movie officially came out on Friday of last week, with I want to say pre-screening on Thursday. So for it to be globally 217 million is like, this is a testament to how great of an artist he was, how much impact he had. And I know a lot of people, especially the younger generation, they're trying to, compare artists of today, Kanye West, Drake. It wouldn't even matter what, and I'm a Drake fan, it wouldn't matter what sales Drake does streaming to surpass Michael Jackson. You have to understand, and I know this has been said plenty times over, but I'm going to say it again. You got to understand, Michael Jackson was globally known way before internet. Just hard album sales, just hard sales, purchases, money exchanged for the product, which pretty much was cassette and vinyl in the beginning. Cassette and vinyl, and then eventually CDs. This is way before the internet. So for someone like Michael Jackson to exist when he existed it's phenomenal. He's a phenom. There will never be an artist, I don't care who, there'll never be another Michael Jackson, for that simple fact. If anything, Michael Jackson, if he was in this era, I wouldn't even know how to to view his impact, because now also in this era there's a lot of questionable things that go on in the music industry, whether it's about purchases made by the labels, purchases made by the artists. There's a lot of things like that going on. Now, I don't know if that was going on back then, so I'm not here to dispute whether or not that took place back then, but yet and still, you still have to remember that there was no internet. So for him to have that much reach globally says a lot about the quality of the music and what was being said on his records. Michael Jackson is a testament of what was said on the records, and how it resonated with the people. And if you're an artist watching this, study Michael Jackson's music and compare it to what you hear now on the radio. And I know there's some good music still out there. Unfortunately, because of, again, the politics of the music industry, a lot of the great music that's out there as far as songwriters and artists that are saying things more than the common things, what's commonly played, they're not getting the attention that they should. But Michael Jackson represents the fact that the world needs artists to be vulnerable. The world needs artists to be truthful. The world needs artists that are willing to connect with others that have gone through stuff that they've gone through. Michael Jackson's catalog is phenomenal. I mean, anyone saying anything otherwise has to be delusional. He has a phenomenal catalog. Now, you might say his later projects weren't as great as his earlier projects, and that's fine because no one stays on top forever. But at the end of the day, his body of work is phenomenal. And he started at such a young age, and the pressure of the world and not being able to live a quote-unquote normal life for a young child, we'll never know what that was like. And the way he was singing at such a young age, as if he had life experience, phenomenal. Michael Jackson, since the young Michael singing ABC and Ben, phenomenal. One of my favorite records, if not my favorite record from him when he was younger, was Maria. If you never heard that record, Maria, sung by young Michael Jackson when he was just a boy, I urge you to go listen to that record. Phenomenal vocals for someone his age. And he sang it with such passion, as if he was someone who experienced heartbreak. It's like you just can't duplicate what Michael Jackson has done over the course of his career. All right. But let me get into this. This is one of the last, if not his last speech before his passing. And I want to play that, and then I have one last thing queued up.
I don't read all the things written about me. I wasn't aware that the world thought I was so weird and bizarre. But when you grow up, as I did, in front of 100 million people since the age of 5, you're automatically different. The last few weeks, I have been cleansing myself, and it's been a rebirth for myself. It's like a cleansing spirit. I love you too. My childhood was completely taken away from me. There was no Christmas, there was no birthdays. It was not a normal childhood, no normal pleasures of childhood. Those were exchanged for hard work, struggle, and pain, and eventual material and professional success. But as an awful price, I cannot recreate that part of my life, nor would I change any part of my life. However, today, when I create my music, I feel like an instrument of nature. I wonder what delight nature must feel when we open our hearts and express our God-given talents. The sound of approval rolls across the universe, and the whole world abounds in magic. Wonder fills our hearts for what we have glimpsed for an instant, the playfulness of life. And that's why I love children and learn so much from being around them. I realize that many of our world's problems today, from the inner city crime to large-scale wars and terrorism and our overcrowded prisons, are a result of the fact that children have had their childhood stolen from them. The magic, the wonder, the mystery, and the innocence of a child's heart are the seeds of creativity that will heal the world. I really believe that.
Again, if you're an artist watching this, you gotta know that your best material is the material where you're speaking from a vulnerable state. Michael Jackson didn't make music just for the sake of charting. You know, yes, he had worked alongside a great producer in Quincy Jones and other producers as well, and he made some chart-topping hits. But the music that resonated and I believe made him a global phenomenon was the stuff that he did when he was talking about Heal the World, the Earth Song, so on and so forth. If you're an artist, I know it's hard to make music that doesn't necessarily fit into what's being played today, but understand, if you're writing from a place of honesty, those records will have more meaning for yourself as you continue to grow older, and it may connect with those out there that have gone through similar situations. Listen, Michael Jackson, what I liked about his catalog is that at no point in time did it sound like, oh, he's making a record for the sake of being popular or for the sake of being more wealthy. The music I hear now that's being played on the radio sounds like, and listen, you can disagree with me if you want, I'll see you in the comment section. The music that I hear now, and my screen went out, I don't know what happened. All right, so something happened with my connection, but I'm gonna just say this: the music that I hear now sounds a little more on the superficial side. It doesn't sound like it's genuine, and I'm not saying that's with all the music, but a lot of the music I hear sounds like it's not coming from a sincere place, and I think that's what's killing music more than anything else, aside from the fact that there's not enough originality out there. And you could disagree with me with that, but I stand on that, on what I said. I don't think there's enough originality within the music, particularly in the rap category. More so in the rap category, I would say. But if there's anything to learn from Michael Jackson's discography, and I know Michael Jackson didn't do rap, but if there's anything to learn from his discography, even though he was, I wouldn't say R&B, he was a pop, is that he had a versatile catalog, and he touched on things that resonates with the people, with the masses. He wasn't just making it for one particular race. He was making it for the world, and which is why he's a global phenomenon, and he's forever a legend for what he's done, his contribution to music. But listen, what's your thoughts on Michael Jackson? What did Michael Jackson mean to you? What's your favorite record from Michael Jackson? Did you see the film? Are you satisfied with the film? Is there anything that you're unsatisfied with the film? I'll see you in the comment section. Just don't spoil it for me, because I've been doing my best to avoid any type of reaction videos to the movie, although some things still slip through, and then I end up hearing negative comments about the film, but I also heard a lot of great comments about the film. So I'm still going to see the film regardless, because I'm a Michael Jackson fan, and I hope it's everything that I expect it to be. And again, I'll still enjoy it regardless, because I know they're going to be going through a lot of the songs that are from his catalog, and so for that reason alone, I'm going to enjoy the movie. But listen, that's all I have on this. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. As always, if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern time, and as always, stay honorable.